Hi everybody, a very good evening. In fact, good morning. Actually, it's 12:50 by the watch. Delhi NCR. For now, I'm Jashin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. And we do home and office decor and corporate gifting items and stuff where we design, manufacture and supply on order. And we also have products which are which can be basically branded, and they can also be kind of customized as per your requirements. Say you want a logo, you want a name, you want a message to be done on that, for gifting or for let's say reselling, or for a wedding or for a birthday party or for a baby shower or whatever. So that's what we do, and this is what kind of is a specialization which is in bespoke and interiors and home and office decor. So we also have furniture, we have lamps, we have mirrors, we have tables, we have consoles and stuff like that. And I'm sharing a podcast or a live recording on adding a daily joy. So it's sometimes unfortunate that we have bad relationships and unhealthy behaviors which kind of continue for many years in relationships between siblings, between families, relatives, between office, between husband, wives, in office cultures and stuff like that. So I'm inspired to share this because I see this change in me and a transformation in me, and I see a lot of people that were with me over the years have kind of fallen down, and I'm not in touch with them. And my behavior and my approach to certain situations which didn't make me feel good and great has kind of infused more confidence in me to kind of stand up and voice it out, what is not okay with me, what is okay with me and stuff. And my realization this year has been that, as you evolve and as you grow and you meet different people who treat you well and who treat you better, you kind of evolving and you're coming out of that own circle of 4-5 relationships or the family dynamics or situations you have, And I've also seen this as people share in their relationships. Let's say I met this girl who's basically from Russia. She was telling me about her equation and stuff. And you look at, people coming to you to kind of discuss their issues and concerns in a practice like Buddhism, or you see in college, or you see at workspaces, you see in the gym, or you see some really toxic and unhealthy behaviors of abusive and being casual around conduction behaviors and stuff, and constantly reminding you about what wrongs you've done and not taking about accountability for their own expression, for their own conducts, for their own abusing, or for their own putting you in a situation, provoking you, kind of making you feel a little helpless, and then you kind of give a reaction or kind of give it back and stuff. You become aggressive or you're violent and stuff like that. But people don't get it that, you got to understand the reason why it's been happening and why it happens. And I think when you know the reason why you in a certain manner and people still continue doing it to you no matter what, then it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It definitely means that there's something wrong with the person who's provoking you and doing that to you, because they're getting the sidekicks and the thrills out of it, but they don't understand the damage that they've been doing or they do over the years and stuff. So why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because I constantly promote the idea of joy and happiness and stuff. And during Corona, I also saw girls open up to me in my park and in my gym and stuff about bad relationships where boyfriends would also be abusing, and they would not take accountability of why the girl or the female was behaving in a certain manner. And it's a fact that children grow up looking at parents, and if the elder sibling or if the parent is behaving differently, siblings kind of feel that there's a change which is happening in the parents, and they're not able to adjust in it. So similarly, as you're growing and evolving and you're changing as a person, there are certain people in the family or in your community or in your circle of friends and stuff who don't realize that probably you've changed, and probably you've kind of had new friendships, and you're exposed to better, you're exposed to quality, you're exposed to decent conversations and stuff, and you are not enjoying 4-letter words, or you're not enjoying abuses, you're not enjoying unhealthy behaviors, and you're not enjoying being told about stuff that is wrong with you, because there's nothing wrong with you, And the world is different, you know, people talk differently, people behave differently. And if you're going to be consistently provoked, and if you're going to be pointed out with fingers, and you're going to be reminded about extremely, you know, extremely you know, unhealthy situations which you move past without understanding your side of the story and stuff, then it's time for you to take accountability and say goodbye to those kind of relationships, no matter how close they are. Be it your brother, be it your sister, be it your father, be it your mother, no matter what it is, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to take accountability, because you're not a road conductor. You're not a like a, you know, auto wala who's going to be abusing your sisters and your family members and stuff. You got to behave yourself and stuff and expect the same. And if you're going to misbehave and you're not going to be conducting yourself well, then you can't expect the world to be nice to you and stuff. You know, and there's so many parents I see, you know, they open up and they say that children have been misbehaving, or family dynamics is at stake and stuff. And they say, we don't know what to do, you know. I mean, if we kind of beat the children up, then we become aggressive, we become violent. If we kind of keep listening to the bad behaviors and we keep kind of entertaining it, then we are becoming more adjusting, we're allowing it to happen to you. And if children are kind of creating a ruckus and they are throwing their tantrums and they are misbehaving and stuff, and we put our feet down and we say no, and we pick up, let's say, a stick, or we pick up something to beat the shit out of them and stuff, then we become basically blacklisted in the dictionaries, because in the schools and colleges and stuff, they've been told that, you know, standing up for yourself and putting people in place is actually being violent and aggressive, you know. So the author is talking about this, you know, she's talking about tidying up relationships and stuff, and she's talking about not creating messes in your own mind and space in regards to your own behaviors. Believe me, I'm telling you this, you know, if you are evolving, if you're changing, if you're improving, and certain people are still consistently focusing only on those three, four episodes or those behaviors, or maybe if you're speaking more confidently with more energy and stuff, if they are behaving, if they are kind of getting hassled by that because they prefer a certain tone or whatever, that's not your problem, you know. It's not always your problem, because when you go out to the world and you're talking well and you're being appreciated and you're kind of confident about it, then this is the way you talk, and you're not going to change for them, because are people changing for you for the better? So this is something which the author is saying, that there are a lot of people who are trying to create messes for teammates, you know. And they are saying that we had this one teammate who had this whole idea of turning a negative into a joyful team association, a messy situation into a happening situation. And you know, this guy would consistently work on himself. He would kind of evaluate certain behaviors of other people and why he was in a certain manner, and he could easily you know, place the finger on the point as to why a certain person was behaving that way, you know. So I don't know what it is. I mean, you see this everywhere. People are told that you're being aggressive, you're being violent, and you're being defensive, and you're justifying and stuff like that. But the point is, why are people focusing on this kind of a behavior? Why don't you allow the person to be the way the person is? Does the person do that to you? Is the person telling you that you're overreacting? Is the person telling you you're being a sissy, you're being a coward? If all of that is happening to you, then it's very unhealthy, because in a normal environment or in a natural situation, one must be allowed to be the way they have to be. And if you're going to be having too many do's and don'ts, it definitely means that there's something wrong with either the person or the environment and stuff. If you're not going to be misbehaving in a different environment or with a different set of people and stuff, it definitely means that the company or the circle of people you're with is not right for you, and they're kind of bringing out a certain part of your personality which you've dealt with and you moved on, and they're again doing it to you just to get some thrills, or in their head they have this version about you and stuff, because they do not spend time thinking or introspecting or speculating as to why you are like in a certain manner and why you being this way and stuff, you know. So I think what the author is also saying is that be specific in identifying what is it that truly makes a positive difference to you, what is it that makes you feel good, what is it that you are basically happy in an environment, what is it that is basically binding you with people. And just because you're in a certain manner or in a certain fashion with 3-4 people doesn't mean that this is your personality and this is your identity, because you may be different somewhere else. So if people are used to seeing you in a certain manner and they've got this thing about pointing fingers about you and your behaviors and stuff, they got to stop, because you got to draw that line and say, hey buddy, you know what, I'm not up to it. Because if you're going to consistently project onto me, and if you're going to consistently pull me down, and if you're going to abuse me, if you're going to misbehave with me, please do not expect me to be nice to you and stuff. I've got every right to put my finger down and put you in place and stuff, because it's not okay with me. So stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, because I see a lot of children also say that in the parks, that uncle aunties are not talking to them nicely and stuff. And in relationships, I've already told you this, that I know so many families where husbands and wives are having unpleasant situations and stuff. So all of that is really toxic. It can be the closest of your relationships, it can be the bestest of friends. And over the years, you realize that, you're being basically treated as a victim. You're the one who's going for therapy. You're the one who's basically working on yourself. But those 3-4 people will come in the environment and make it look like you're the one who's at fault and stuff, So be very cautious and wary of what brings out what. If you have great people around you, awesome. If you don't have anybody, it's okay to stick to yourself. And that's the biggest lesson of empowerment, that, if you're not finding good company where you're comfortable and you're not able to open